Hello, my name is Pierzchala, and I conducted an experiment on foods placed in different environments. I tested how different air temperatures, coming from different environments, affected the decomposition and mold growth of food. I wanted to know how air temperature affected mold growth, as well as the speed of decomposition. I also wanted to know if the air temperature affected different foods differently. My hypothesis was, if the air temperature at which food is stored is lowered, then mold growth rates will decrease. I had 3 samples of food from each of the 5 major food groups: fruit, vegetable, grain, meat, and dairy. I put 1 sample of food from each food group in a different environment: freezer, room temperature, and heat source. The foods were placed in their proper environments. I then took pictures of all foods on all of the days of my experiment. I also recorded the visual appearance, texture, mold growth, and stage of decomposition of each food daily for the entire 30-day period. My independent variables were the type of food and the environment the food was placed in. My dependent variables were the mold growth and the stage of decomposition the food was in. Overall, the freezer stopped mold growth and decomposition the most. Contrary to my hypothesis, the heat stopped mold and decomposition the second best. The room temperature proved the least effective, proved by these photos taken on the final day of the experiment. This graph, comparing mold growth and decomposition, also helps prove that the cold proved most effective, the heat second most effective, and the room temperature least effective. In the end, the experiment results didn't correspond to the hypothesis exactly. The freezer proved most effective, in line with my hypothesis, because I thought lower air temperatures would prevent mold growth and slow decomposition the most. The heat proved second most effective, not in line with my hypothesis, because I thought higher air temperatures would encourage mold growth and decomposition. This happened because the heat evaporated most of the moisture, slowing down fungi and bacteria growth and multiplication. Room temperature proved least effective in preventing mold growth, not in line with my hypothesis. The room temperature proved least effective and was farthest in decomposition and mold growth.